All right, I'm here for Alex the Comic Hoarder started this tag, your 5 favorite key comics. So here, without further ado, are my 5 favorite key comic magazines. I'm going to have one honorable mention, and it's this beautiful copy of I, Lucifer 1, Poison Elves to You in the Know. I didn't really read comics in the 90s, not floppies, but I still was cool with my LCS owner. I'd go in and buy wall books and graphic novels, and got into the last D&D game of my life at that shop. So the owner's son turned me on to Poison Elves, and when Peter David was doing Aquaman. So I actually did, those are probably the only floppies I bought in the 90s were those 2 series. All right, I'm going in chronological order, newest to oldest for my 5 favorite key comic magazines. These are in no particular order except chronological. Oh, pal, Warrior, yes, with the first appearance of V for Vendetta and Marvel Man, or as he's known now, Miracle Man. Beautiful cover. What's not to like about this? Of course, I wish I had a higher grade, but this is not easy to come by in anything remotely like high grade, so I'm very happy with it. And this came out in 1982. Next up is a book from 1977. My copy of Heavy Metal #1. The grade I wanted. God, I love this comic when it came out, man. Again, in the late 70s, I wasn't reading floppies. I had a much more expensive hobby, but I was still reading comics because, I was still a comic geek, and most of my friends were. So I kept up with what was going on. But this was the only thing, after about the 3rd or 4th issue of this, I was scrounging up the $1.50 a month to pay for it. I didn't stop reading heavy metal for about till 85 or 86, whenever it went quarterly, and then it just, I've seen some recent issues and it's not bad, but for the first couple of years when it went quarterly, it was all half-naked women and aliens, and it lost a lot of the storytelling flavor, in my opinion. Next up, and is from 1976. Ooh, look, it's the first appearance of Captain Britain. Loved Excalibur when it came out. That's one I bought trades for. Love his character. And 9.4 is near mint. Next up, one that I did have a copy of back in the day when it came out, but even I didn't buy it till a year or so after it came out, and mine was a little on the iffy side. So I'm very happy to have this, again, near mint copy of a Savage Sword. You know, a magazine that ran for 23, 24 years. That's a pretty damn good run, with some great covers, great interior art, great stories. And for those of you wondering what first appearance this is, it's the first appearance of Sonya's chainmail, nipple-chafing bikini armor. Woo! All right, and finally, this probably is my #1. Even though it's the oldest, it's probably my #1 favorite key comic magazine. Oh yes, Frazetta, Vampy. I've got a little shrine over here where this is normally mounted to this dusky jewel. All right, so there you have it. My 5 favorite key comic magazines. Even though none of you tagged me, no one tagged me. Me, easily the best comic channel on YouTube that has between 360 and 370 subs. Easily the best in that category, and none of y'all thought to tag me. So I tagged myself, and there you have it, YouTube land.